when this sound is actually just...
It's time to fix your mower! But more specifically, it's likely a spindle bearing gone bad like mine. When I took a decibel reading of it, it went up to 103, which labeled it as a subway train. So if you're curious and changing out spindle bearings can affect your noise, want to know how to do it? Follow along, quick to show you how.
Take off any covers over your pulley system. Remove your belt. I'm able just to pull mine off, but yours could be different. Now you can rotate each pulley and see which one is bad, like this one on mine. Loosen the bolt on your pulley. I use a spanner wrench shown here, but found it to be more of a pain and would just block the blade with a piece of wood instead. Use a block of wood to keep your blade from rotating and take your blade off. Remove the bolt from the pulley that you loosened earlier and take the whole pulley off. Loosen and remove all the nuts on the spindle assembly until it's free to drop below. Remove the shaft from the assembly. For me, I just had to pull this ring out. Now it's time to get the bearings out. I flipped the shaft over so I could get the bearing that was less recessed, figuring it'd be easier to get out. If you have a brass drift, that'd be ideal, but I didn't, so I just used a long bolt to pound out the bearing. Set aside the spacer, as that is necessary when we reinstall. Flip the bracket over and get the other bearing out. This one was more of a pain than the first, but eventually it came. With the bearing out, you can find the model number, order a replacement, and while you're waiting for it to come, oh, what nonsense that was. Let's get this back together. First thing I did was clean it up nice and good. Put some lubricant like WD-40 on there. And when you're pounding it down, make sure you're doing it evenly so you're not pinching one side. Flip it over and put the spacer in. Lube it up. Start to get that bearing in there. This bearing is recessed, so I use an old bearing to help set it in, but I can still get the old bearing out. Lubricate the spindle, slide it through, and put the ring on to hold it in place. With the assembly all done, put it back through the deck and tighten all of the nuts. Get your blade back on and tighten it down with a block of wood holding it in place. Swap the block so it'll hold the bolt when you tighten the spindle down above. Get your belt back on and any pulley covers.
With the fix all done, are we still in the subway train category? Nope, we dropped a few decibels, which now puts us in the lawnmower category. 3 to 4 decibels doesn't seem like a lot, but it is very noticeable to the ear. Hey, hope you found this fun and helpful. Peace, love, stay handy.